What keeps you alive?
What keeps me alive? I don't know, I just kind of do.
When I look on it properly, I've always sort of struggled with feeling accepted, and always sort of put on a mask or played up to whatever group I was in.
We have never been given the right space or the permission to talk about this stuff that's affecting us. That's really what I think is the problem.
How do you tell someone that you don't want to wake up tomorrow?
Well, you become withdrawn. I mean, that's an obvious side effect. You basically don't want to speak to people.
If I wasn't here, then nothing would change. It's kind of the predominant feeling that kind of stems from Lion Scouts. And I still feel like that sometimes, and that's just kind of how it is.
I would be working all hours. I wouldn't be coming home till 8 o'clock because I felt I wasn't doing my share. I needed to do more to do what I was supposed to do.
You look at your thoughts and you go, hold on a minute, I'm having the same. I need to break that loop. I need to do something to about it.
Certainly a feeling of loneliness.
Because society has said, man up, stiff upper lip, suck it up.
Everything else I was feeling about myself stayed hidden away because I felt like I had to be stronger for other people.
We'll talk about anything other than about how we're feeling, in effect. We can talk about football, we can talk about sports, we can talk about, oh God, the women that we've had, we'll talk about, anything. Films on TV, but we will not talk about the real stuff.
I don't think there was ever a moment where my dad or my granddad or my uncle or anything sat me down and said it was okay to express my feelings, because there is that kind of media perception, even though it doesn't affect me that much because I don't really see myself as a guy, but there is that perception of guys are meant to kind of just figure it out.
When it happens to me, when I end up in that place, I feel like my brain splits into three. Like I've got this bit that's going, fuck everything, this is shit, and losing utter control of all emotion. I've got the other bit fighting against it, saying, no, John, you are better than this, you can control this, you can get yourself back to where you need to be. And then there's this other third part that's kind of like watching yourself in a third person, going, what the fuck are you playing at?
In a mild scenario, the feeling of anxiety, it starts welling up and kind of, obviously, it's like an up and down. If you think of it kind of like a graphic, it's like up and down, up and down, up and down.
And it gets worse and worse. And you just go downhill until you put the brakes on.
I can't focus on anything that's around me. I could be looking at you right now, but I wouldn't see you. I would know you're there, but I wouldn't see you. Because I'm so caught up in this fight inside my own head.
I think of it kind of like when a hurricane passes and like all the damage and destruction is there, and you're just looking at it, and there is like a base layer of calmness, but it's calmness after something that's just like gone through the town and destroyed everything.
With trauma, very often you do the fight or flight. So mine was fight or flight. You have hyper awareness through, that it's what soldiers in battle get. And I very much react to, and still do to this day, I react very much to loud noises. Very emotional, very emotional. A lot of panic in there, a lot of feeling that I've got to do something, i.e. run. The brain has no sense of time. So when something triggers, your brain automatically, it doesn't care, it doesn't know that you're 58. It will automatically take you back to when you were 6. And you will be in that. Because that's what the brain, that's its reality.
not a lot of men talk about it, which is weird, and that's why I feel like I don't get a lot of support, at least from them, because like I know all my friends suffer from it, but like there aren't a lot of good support things for it, I think, at least that I've experienced.
The stats are so high because our coping mechanism for dealing with our mental health at the end of the day is to take our own lives. And the research shows that as men, because we're completists, is that very often what we tend to do as men, when we take our own lives, as men, because we have to do it the right way, is we do it in a way that means we can't come back from it. So we will hang ourselves, or we'll jump off a tall building, or we'll jump in front of a train, where there's no coming back.
I don't know whether there is an expectation within society that blokes are supposed to do certain things because you're a bloke. That's cobblers, you're a person first.
If you can see someone that's going through it, offer them the chance. They won't take it straight away.
Like in conversation, I'd be like, oh, well, I had anxiety, and then guys would go, oh yeah, no, I have anxiety as well, and then that kind of forum of guys being with each other as opposed to guys being in public opened up, and we started speaking about our mental health.
If something's wrong, do something about it, don't keep it to yourself.
You know, there is hope, Mr. 20-year-old young guy, because you're looking at him.
It's this idea that we all carry a world around inside us, and as soon as you're gone, that's that element of the world gone. The world carries on without you, but your presence, it's like having, the parallel worlds thing. Every one of us is a parallel world, and we all have our own opinions and ideas and abilities, and that's wiped out then. That's gone for good, but it can't be replaced.
Lost a friend last year who sadly couldn't come to terms with his inner demons, and I think having that approach and being able to speak freely with people who are going through the same experience is half the battle.
Once the initial talking gets done, it becomes easier over time. But that first step is the hardest part. But once you get it, it always ends up working out better in the end.
I've been battling depression for a good few years now. My mum told me that my grandfather, her father, battled depression for years. We're talking about 80 to 90 years of his life, and the only way that he could say it was like being in a deep, dark, black hole, and you have no way of climbing out. And there are times when I can definitely relate to that, and I know exactly what he means. Just thankfully now I have a means of climbing.